What's up, guys? Alright, so I have had the AOMWAY Commander 2s for just about a month and a half now, and I have definitely put them through their paces. I mean, I fly 8, 9, 10 packs a day easily, and now that I've got my Acrobee from Newbie Drone, this thing is just super fucking incredible to fly, and it's so much fun. I definitely need to buy way more batteries. Anyway, you guys, back to the goggles. These things have been absolutely fantastic. I've been really happy with my purchase. They have had excellent reception on them. The DVR has been great. I really haven't had any visual issues or anything like that at all. There is that slight blurring at the edges, but after using them for a little while, you completely don't even notice that, and you kind of get your shit set just the way that it should be. But these have been absolutely fantastic. Now, after saying that, there are definitely some things that AOMWAY needs to change. And AOMWAY, if you guys are listening, you guys have got to change this stuff if you guys want to stay in the FPV goggle game. So let's get down and dirty, and let me show you the things that I don't like about these goggles before I tell you some more of the things that I do really like about these goggles, because there are definitely a couple of things I think that kind of outweigh the bad versus the good, but overall, very happy with these goggles. So let's go down, check these things out a little bit closer, and I'll show you guys some of the things that I'm talking about. Alright, you guys, here we are up close and personal with the AOMWAY Commander 2s. As you guys can see, the paint has held up really well over the last little while. There are definitely some fingerprints and stuff on there. Like I said, I fly these a ton every single day. Got my Newbie Drone sticker up on my directional over here, and I like putting my Omni over on my right. Just I tend to fly a little bit more in front of myself on my left hand side. But anyway, I digress. Some of the things that I really don't like, AOMWAY, your foam is absolute shit. I could not get a good seal on my face with the thick foam or the thin foam. And if you guys can see here, I actually ended up sewing the thick foam and the thin foam together, and then just kind of wedging, cut wedging the first one, so that it stuck out a little bit more on the sides of the face. And that just gave me a really good seal, and now, the goggles feel really good. They're super comfortable. But yeah, as you guys can see, that looks like a lot of foam, but it squishes to absolutely nothing. Just about as thin as you can get. So hopefully, Newbie Drone, you guys, it'd be really awesome if you guys started carrying the AOMWAY foam again. I'd really like to try that Comfort Fit foam that you guys have. You guys might also notice that the strap is a little bit different. One of the things I really didn't like was AOMWAY's head strap, and one of the biggest reasons was it was thin, and it also had the loop that goes from the back to the front. And while that was great, and it did make them nice and even as far as weight on your head, it just wasn't comfortable, and it was a pain in the ass to mess around with really thin elastic, just folded on itself and got all flipped and turned around really super easy. So it was just a pain in the ass to deal with. So what I did, being kind of broke, I just took two pieces of really nice thick Velcro, or sorry, not Velcro, but elastic, and I sewed those together, and then I basically just took the original goggle strap and I cut that and then sewed that onto here, and that way I made myself a nice fat strap. And then you guys can see that I've got a loop back here. I did that for the batteries for a little while, but Having the battery on the back of my head really also bugged me as well. And you guys can see I did a little bit of artwork here. Had a couple of rainy days and picked up a paint pen and decided to throw my high as fuck up on there. But yeah, so here's the other side of the goggles, you guys. And as you can see, I don't have a battery on here, and you guys might see that little pink stripe over there with the green. Let me bring that into play over here. So what I did is I took the 2S, 3S, 4S power converter that AOMWAY sends you with their goggles, and I basically put it into this little box right here, and then I have a 4S that I've got strapped onto basically a pocket clip. And so now I can plug this into my goggles, and I can just press the button and they power up, and then I can just click the button and they'll turn off. That way I don't have to pull this in and out and in and out all the time, multiple times a day. One of the biggest complaints that I've heard from people who have gotten AOMWAYs is that this cable sucks and that it ends up failing them, or the port in the goggles that this plugs into ends up failing them. So just extending the life of my goggles a little bit by doing this, and it's just a little bit nicer for me. During the day when I'm flying, I don't have to unplug this at all. I can just keep it in there, just flip the switch, and keep doing what I'm doing. When I get ready to fly, I can just flip the switch back on, and just prove you guys it's working. Plug them in, and you guys should hear the beep here in just a second. There we go, and they're working, and they are on. As you guys can see. Let's see if I can get the GoPro in there. Not really, but yeah, you guys can see they're on. Anyway, so this has been a really, really nice modification. It didn't take very much soldering at all. Just splicing a couple of wires, not splicing, but soldering a couple together. I got a connection point here, and then I've got a connection point in here. And then I also took the time to take some hemp cord and I braided it all the way up the two cords, which just gave you a little bit more strength. I don't have to worry about the wires getting pulled on really as much. This kind of takes the brunt of it, and it looks kind of cool. And nobody else has one like this, because I handed every single knot on here. But anyway, you guys, that has been awesome. AOMWAY, you guys have got to figure out something for your ports, or your batteries, or maybe include a cable or something like that that you guys can throw in and do something with. Other than that, you guys, the fan on these things has been absolutely great. It's super quiet. It works really well. I live in Southern Oregon, so we've got really high humidity out here, and it works really, really well. I have no complaints with that. You guys can see I've got like a 45 over here, and basically that just takes that patch antenna and gets it a little bit straighter out in front of my face. They kind of have a weird angle over here. So AOMWAY, this should be just one of those things that you just include with the package. I mean, nobody wants their directional way off on, one side, unless they're definitely only flying over there. But, most people I know kind of like having their directional facing forward a little bit, and then having their Omni. But anyway, you guys, the everything else has just been fantastic about these. I know I'm going to get some hate for saying this, but I have straight up had some Fat Shark HDOs, some HD2s, some HD3s, not myself, but I've gotten to put them on in the last little while. And, the difference between the Fat Sharks and the AOMWAYs, the AOMWAY is just so immersive, the screen is just so large, and it's really clear. And every time I put a pair of Fat Sharks on, it just seems like I'm, in a movie theater a couple of rows up, staring at a screen that's a little bit further away. So I've really, really enjoyed what the AOMWAYs provide. And AOMWAY, if you guys are listening, definitely the foam, you guys got to do that. Maybe include a 45, and figure something else with the the strap, or maybe put a switch or something from the factory on there. But other than that, these things have absolutely just been rocking it. I am super happy with my purchase, and I don't think I could have gotten anything better for the price that's out there. So anyway, you guys, I am going to take my goggles, I'm going to plug them in, I'm going to take my new Acrobee, This thing is fucking awesome. Newbie drone, you fucking rock. Anyway, and you guys can see also I conformal coated this. I don't know if you guys can see how nice and shiny my board is, but yeah, it's all protected, so I don't have to worry about sinks or dog bowls or anything like that. So